Good afternoon. Okay. What time is it? Oh, we still got another minute. I don't know how many folks we're going to have joining us tonight, but we'll make sure we're recording so that we can share this with other folks. There comes Dr. Laws. Well, good evening and welcome to the town hall. I don't know how many folks we'll have tonight. I know we have some folks in class, and so we're going to go ahead and record and we'll send it out. And so without any further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Steve Laws, who is the program coordinator for the EDLS program. I see we have Dr. Jeff Hamilton, program coordinator, DEOL, who will go next. If Dr. Putnam joins us, if not, I'll put in a plug for her program. So Dr. Laws, kick us off tonight.
I'm just grateful that I got on so that you didn't put the plug in for mine. Hey, everybody, and thanks for joining. And those of you who are going to be watching as a recording, thank you for that as well. I just wanted to introduce you to the EDLS program, the Doctorate in Educational Leadership, which is one of the doctoral options that you will hear about tonight if you choose to continue your education. And just wanted to kind of introduce it, I guess, is the best thing. Ours is an EDCI is the same. We are a low residency program, meaning you will have Zoom meetings, probably 6 to 8 of those during the semester. They'll be on a particular night of the week. So they are a synchronous online Zoom thing, and we'll do up to 8 of those during the semester. And then we have 3 weekends where we meet face to face. Saturdays from 9 o'clock to roughly 4 o'clock, Sundays from 9 o'clock to usually about 2 o'clock. And so those are our meeting times. We have 6 modules. You're used to doing the modules from MELS, so there's a kind of a natural transition there. The modules we do are they're based on the aspiring superintendent standards, but we are not a superintendent development program. We want to emphasize that. We are a leadership program. And there's
Okay. You can unmute yourself, Dr. Laws. I muted everybody. We couldn't hear you.
Okay.
There we go.
So again, we have 6 modules. They're aligned with the superintendent standards, just as your modules are aligned with the principal standards. And but we are not a superintendent program. We are a leadership program. So, and the superintendent standards are leadership standards. We do strategic leadership, curriculum leadership, human resource leadership, and then our fourth class is our research class. And then we get into policy and ethics, and which is our fifth module, and our sixth one is managerial leadership, which is facilities and finance. So we like EDCI, one of the things we do from the very beginning is align you with a dissertation coach. The drawback for most people in the doctoral program is, oh, I don't know if I want to or can do the dissertation. We hook you up with a coach from the beginning. We bring you along the way, with the goal being that at the very least, at the end of your 6 semesters, and they are continuous semesters, we go fall, spring, summer, or spring, summer, fall for 2 years. At the end of that, you will be at least ready to propose, which means you will have at least written your 3 chapters. And any of us that are on tonight that have our doctorate can tell you that if you are at that point, you will finish, because the hardest part of the dissertation is doing the proposal and doing the research that goes with chapter 2 in the literature review. So we help you with that and get that along the way. The professors that work with EDLS, you have one real senior citizen named Steve Stone that works with us, and otherwise the rest of us, and I'm a bigger senior citizen than Stone is. So we're the 2 old guard. The rest of our faculty are current practitioners in your world, in central office work. Some are superintendents, some are associate superintendents, and we have one from NCAT that works with us. So we have a good solid group that can relate to everything that you are dealing with on a daily basis. And I could go on and on. I'm going to put in the chat, Dale, my contact information, if that's okay. And so they can contact me by phone or by email. I prefer to be called on the cell phones. Not that you can't call the office, but if you'd rather talk quicker, you may want to just text me and or call me and with the cell, and I can get back with you a little bit quicker. So, but if you want to call the office, I'll get that message too. And I think that's all I've got. I probably took too much time, so I'll get fined by Dale Line. But I appreciate all of you listening, and I hope you'll be interested. We'll have a good time together. Thanks.
Any questions before Dr. Law signs off tonight?
I'm going to stay on till I listen to what Hamilton says,
All right.
I'm sure he'll tell the whole truth.
All right. So the next of our doctoral programs to put their plug in tonight is Dr. Jeff Hamilton. He is the program coordinator for organizational leadership. Dr. Hamilton, welcome.
Thank you. And good evening, everybody. Those of you that are, I think, finishing up the program, I want to congratulate you on your academic work. I'm here briefly just to tell you about, like my colleague, Dr. Laws mentioned, about the doctoral programs that are options for you to consider. I'm the program coordinator of the doctorate in organizational leadership. We have a lot of similarities to Dr. Law's program. That is, it is 3 years. It is fall, spring, summer, continuous enrollment. And beginning in January, our delivery model has changed a little bit. We are a hybrid program with some face-to-face and some synchronous Zoom, but we are transitioning to 1 weekend a semester. The rest of the time will be online and will be synchronous on Zoom. It is a weekend program, so the Zoom and or our face-to-face time will be on Saturday and or Sunday. And in our program, we are not connected to the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. Our program and the doctorate in organizational leadership does not lead to a licensure. We have folks from all walks of life in our program. We have banking, we have law enforcement, we have higher education. It's probably the largest contingent, community college and senior college leadership. We also have nonprofit leadership, and it's a great array of backgrounds and experiences. In lieu of doing a dissertation, we are teaching you a practitioner model for being a consultant. And so your final capstone project is called a DOL consultancy report. That is, you partner with some organization that has a challenge, organizational challenge, and through your coursework, you will partner with them and solve a pressing organizational problem that they have. And that'll culminate with a presentation at the end of your 3 years. Again, similar to the Dr. Law's program, you will have a faculty member who with you, coach, develop you all along the way, so that when you get to the end of the program, your consultancy project report should be completed. You'll do a presentation on that at the end of the program. But I just wanted to introduce myself tonight. Again, I'm Jeff Hamilton, Associate Professor, Coordinator for the DOL program. I too am going to put my contact information in the chat. The quickest way to reach out to me is through email, but I'm also going to put my telephone contact information, and I would be glad to talk with you about it. We do attempt to start a cohort in the spring, which would be January, but we have to have a minimum number of students. Otherwise, we do a fall start in August, which is typically where our largest cohorts come in. But any questions you have, if you'll shoot me an email, I'll make sure that Danielle Moss, who is our excellent recruiter for the DOL program, will get your information so that you can get information. And I'll be glad to send you stuff and answer any questions that you have. I can also put you in contact with some current students that are in the program or some students who have graduated. So you just let me know what you need. And Dr. Lamb, I appreciate you giving me an opportunity to introduce myself and introduce our program tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. So there are 2 of the 3 programs. As Dr. Law said, we have a 3rd program. It's EDCI, which is the Doctorate in Curriculum Instruction for folks who want to be curriculum instruction specialists, practitioners, central office. Some of those folks also become school administrators. Their program, I think, mirrors Dr. Law's program in that it's 2 years of coursework all the way through. At the end of that time, they also have the coaching model where you should have your proposal developed. And so somewhere between 2 and 3 years is the general length of time that takes. It is a dissertation. Again, it mirrors the EDLS program. Dr. Jennifer Putnam, they also have practitioners in the field. They have some full-time folks, but a lot of practitioners in the field, just as Dr. Hamilton does. He has a practicing attorney that teaches business law. He has folks who have worked in community in higher ed, community college. And so these programs are very practitioner based. They're relevant to what you will face in the world of work. Much like the MELS program, there's a big component of helping and coaching and helping you along, having people to work with you. I would highly recommend all 3 of these programs. It's just where you see the next phase of your career going. Now, I said that to say this. I've been in the business for a couple of days. I don't ever remember a time when it was more critical to go ahead and go to school than it is now. The number of jobs opening now is nothing like I've ever seen before in my career. To the point where people are calling or emailing us regularly. Can we reference them people? Can we find them people? Do you know anybody? You know, life's all about timing, folks. I know it's a tough time. I know that it's tough out in the field. I know that it's tough, all the stress and things that you're going through, but I would seriously encourage you now. You know, you can't, I can't promise you or guarantee you a job if you get the training, but I can promise you, you won't get one if you don't. And now is the time to be doing that, more so than ever. I see a lot of opportunities, especially in the next 2 to 3 years. A lot of opportunity, a lot of people retiring, a lot of people moving on. I think the timing is great. So I think you would be well, you'd be well served to look at going further now, because it's the right time. I believe that. So, gentlemen, thank you both for joining us tonight. I think Dr. Putnam's probably in class tonight, but we will get you any information. You can contact me or contact them if you're interested in any of the programs. The season is getting short. It'll be November next week, so you need to move along. It takes a couple, 3 weeks to get through the process, so you need to go ahead and get started if you're interested in a spring start. So that's enough of that. Our time is up on that. So I appreciate again, gentlemen, you joined us tonight. We'll move on. Reason we're here tonight is talk about finishing up the MELS program in December. So the first thing I want to talk about, I'll share my screen. I want to talk about the requirements for completing this semester. You know, everything in your Blackboard, including your discussion boards, case studies, assignments, your scenarios, all those things. Got to make sure that you pass your class. Sometimes folks get down to the end, they get so focused on task stream and finishing their portfolio, they forget to do their classwork. Don't let that be you. So make sure you knock out all of those things. It's getting to be that time. Start wrapping up your Blackboard coursework so that you can finish up your task stream portfolio. And to that end, 6 evidences will be due by Monday, November 29th. I wanted to get us out. We've got a month. So you got a month. I wanted to give you the 1 month warning. We need all 6 of those evidences. And then the week following, we need everything else completed in your task stream portfolio. Now, so that means that, let me switch over here to that. So all these things, go back and check and make sure on your scores results page. If I can get it to move over there, there we go. You know, make sure you've got a result over here and all these things in this results column. So AppSell, AppTell, competency analysis, all these things all the way down. Now, you need to make sure you complete your competency folio before you move it over here to get it evaluated. So when you finish your competency folio, you can publish and share it with people, but you also have to physically move it over to your DRF portfolio in order for it to be graded. And so you simply click here on that and follow the directions. Now, I'm not going to take our time tonight. In your class shell, and I'll go to Dr. Stone's shell, there is a link right here on the main menu that says how to upload your competency folio and task stream for evaluation. I've done a short video, it's only 2.5 minutes, that tells you once complete how to upload that competency folio in your DRF portfolio to get evaluated. Please don't move it until it's done. When we say don't move it until it's complete or done, what that means is very simply, when we go to folios and web pages and we pull it up, we need to make sure that for each of these 21 competencies over here on the left, now not digital learning, because remember that just tells us what's there. Those have been integrated in the other 21. So communication down through visionary, we have to have 3 artifacts for each of these. So for example, communication, you got to have 3, one from the AppSell site, one open-ended. You know how that goes. So when you get this complete and you have all 3 of your internship logs, spring, summer, and fall, that have at least 80 hours, you can upload those in there as well. When you get that done, you switch over to your DRF, which is School Administration Add-on Spring 21. You go to Final Competency Folio. And you can see this one in mine, I've already uploaded mine. And so if I go to another one, let me go to another DRF and see if I can find one that's not been uploaded, and I'll upload one for you. Okay, let's see if this one's been uploaded. Nope, it hadn't. So when you click on that, Just simply do attachments, and then an artifact created in task stream, a lesson folio, etc. Select category would be web folios. Select work. And so y'all are spring 21. I'm sure I've got one here somewhere that says that, but yeah, we'll just do this one. Upload yours. Add file. Save and return. Okay. Submit. And there you go. It's just that simple. Now I went through that pretty quickly. Again, there is a video in your Blackboard shell, and the reason why we put it there is so that you won't upload it too quick. You'll have to want to go find it, but it's just that simple. You saw me, no smarter than I am, how quick you can get that done. And that's the end of that. All right, so and I will back out of that. All right, so now I want to talk quickly. Let's see, I'm 1 minute ahead of time. Never happens. I want to talk about graduation. As you know, add-on licensure students do not participate in graduation. What has traditionally been done is that we invite you to the reception on campus. Now, I talked with Dr. Bull earlier today. Those plans have not been finalized yet. Dr. Bull's been out on bereavement for a couple of days. We're going to meet Wednesday, and I'll get back to you. Normally, what we do is the graduation ceremony for the master's students is at 9 a.m. At the end of that, at 11:15, somewhere on campus, I don't know if it'll be in Tucker or Rich Banquet Hall, we will have a reception for the College of Education. You will be recognized there. You do not have to wear just church clothes. You don't have to come in regalia or any of that. But if you would like to come and see everybody and be recognized, we will have you get to meet everybody, shake hands. If you have babies, we kiss babies and shake hands, take pictures and do those kinds of things. I don't know if your certificates will be available at that time. Jostens is running far behind, and they've just been drop shipping everything. We used to be able to get those certificates in time to hand them to you, but I don't think that's a possibility during COVID times right now. But we would still love to see you all. You're welcome to come. We'll have refreshments. And again, that would be at 11:15 somewhere on campus on Saturday, December the 11th. Again, certificate students do not participate in the 9 o'clock graduation ceremony. They are invited to the School of Ed, College of Ed ceremony at 11:15. So again, we'd love to see you there. All right, so I think that's everything that was on let me double check our agenda for the evening to make sure. I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The only other thing is make sure that when you upload your internship logs and your DRF portfolio, that you get all 3 of them before you submit for evaluation. Don't just put the last one in. Let me go over that one quickly. When you go to your DRF portfolio where it says internship logs all the way down here at the bottom, make sure that you put all 3 of them in there before you submit it for evaluation. Don't just put the last one, put all 3 in. I would encourage you need to take your end of program completer survey. It doesn't take but 15 seconds, 20. Make sure you do that. Make sure you complete everything in this list, including your 3 logs at the end, and make sure they're signed by your site supervisor. I will stop my share again, and now I will introduce the faculty that's with us tonight. I see Dr. Sanders is here and Dr. Stone is here, Dr. Talent, who's worked with many of you. If you have any questions at this time for any of us, we will entertain questions about doctoral programs, finishing up, commencement. If you have any questions of any kind, just undo your mic and unmute yourself and just go right ahead. We'll take questions at this time. All right. If not, we got through early for the first time ever. All right, it's good to see you all, those who came with us tonight. So here's the question. After we completed the practice, so you need anything additional? You will get information in the next couple of days, I suspect, from Miss Wendy Turbyfield, who is our licensure person, and she will tell you what to do for licensure. I have intentionally not mentioned that tonight. Miss Turbyfield runs that program, and she will tell you what you need to do. If you're in South Carolina and you want a license, or if you want a South Carolina license, you need to take the practice. Again, North Carolina people may have to take it eventually, but this group does not right now. You do not have to take the praxis in North Carolina unless you want a curriculum instruction license. But you do if you want a South Carolina license, praxis 5412. But all questions about licensure need to go to Miss Wendy Turbyfield, and she will send you a letter, I'm guessing this week, that talks about licensure for the fall. But she handles that. Her and the dean do that piece. I simply do the completer list, and then we turn it over to her. She is the person who works with DPI for that. It's a good question. Other questions that you have? Okay, I will post this video later tonight, and so I hope to see all of you. There's Wendy's, Ms. Turbyfield's email address is in the chat. She's W. Turbyfield. It's just like it sounds, TURBYFILL, Turbyfield, W. Turbyfield at Gardner Webb. And so hopefully we will see some of you, or all of you, or most of you at the reception on Saturday, December 11th at 11:15. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night.